Welcome to sunny Tampa, Florida. I'm Dan Grassi, joined with Eric Curator, and we're here today to talk to you guys about our Week 1 Spring Training Showcase recap. So the teams that we had for Week 1 were Ohio University, University of Florida, their D1 team, University of South Florida, University of South Florida St. Pete's, and Wright State University. Eric, do you want to talk to us about some scores for this week?
Yeah, we only had, 5 teams, so it wasn't really that, jam-packed of a week as opposed to the upcoming weeks where we're going to have, 27, 28 teams. So it was nice on our end, on the staff's end, because I actually get to watch all the baseball games and, take them in as opposed to running around and, doing the water jugs, interacting with umpires, teams, whatever. So got a good chance to watch a lot of baseball this week, which was great. First game of the week was Florida D1 and Wright State. Florida D1 won 13-1, and in my opinion, it was just a classic. Florida's been on a baseball field for a year, all year round.
Was that Wright State's first time getting on the field?
Wright State from Ohio, probably came from snow, so first time seeing a baseball field. Plus Florida D1 is, they're a very good team. They've been to the World Series a couple times in the last 3 or 4 years, so give them credit where credit's due, but obviously Wright State, first time seeing a baseball field in a while. It's obvious that there was some rust there, so it's 13-1 Florida, and then probably the best game of the week followed Florida D1 in Ohio. Ohio was an out away from the regional championship last year for moving on to the World Series, and as I was saying, Florida D1 is a very good team, so it was 8-3, Florida came out on top, but I believe it was 3-3 in the 5th or 6th inning.
That's what Dietrich was telling me.
And Florida kind of busted it open there in the 7th or so. Good game all around. Like I was saying, probably the best game of the week, which I was expecting to be because they're both very good teams. And then the following day we had Ohio and Wright State, both Ohio teams. Ohio's in the Mid-Atlantic in the D1, Wright State's in District 6, in Division 2. In Ohio, on paper, we were thinking they were going to come in and win this game, which they did, 15-3. Wright State, the theme for them this week, I know the results weren't there, but they were playing close games. A lot of their pitchers, you could tell that it was the first time seeing a mound live pitching. A lot of the defenders, you come from a turf room.
It's always
even
tough
if they have a turf
getting out
room.
on the field
Yeah,
for the first time.
I'm just assuming they saw a turf room, maybe not. But Ohio was the same way. They were rusty too, but Ohio's just a better team at this point of the year. So Ohio won 15-3, which was a good game. And then the nightcap, which was a crazy game to say the least. Ohio beat USF 24-8. Football score. Yeah. It was crazy. Just unfortunately, it was a very sloppy game. I think Ohio is, getting a little towards the end of the week. They were getting a little tired, and especially the night game, second day, so they're not really accustomed to playing yet. So it was just a very sloppy game, unfortunately. But there was a lot of hitting, so that's a positive to take away from it. And everybody was having a good time at least. So spring training, that's what we're here for. Have fun and get prepped for the spring season. We had Ohio beating Wright State 18-8. That game was actually in extra innings. So you look at the score at 18-8, you think a run roll after 5 or something. It was 8-8 in the top of the 8th inning. Wright State was actually leading the entire game up through the 6th or 7th inning. Ohio tied it, and then top of the 8th, Ohio put the 10th spot on Wright State, which was kind of crazy because it was a great game up to that point, 18-8. I think at this point, Wright State's definitely running out of pitching a little bit, getting a little tired, and obviously, they haven't seen a baseball field in quite some time, so they're still shaking the rust off a little bit. USF went on to beat Wright State in the following game, 21-6. Another high-scoring game. Same idea, kind of the theme as earlier. Wright State was kind of dwindling down at this point. Their pitching wasn't there as much as it should have been, or they would like to have been, but hey, it's their first week on a baseball field, and I know they took a lot of positives away from all these games. So, 21-6, USF came out on top. And then the final game was Ohio run rolled St. Pete 15-5, which was actually kind of a close game. And you can chime in too because you actually came down there.
Yeah, I actually got down there for that game, and Ohio had a hard-throwing lefty on the hill who looked real good. A little shaky at first, but then they got the bats going. Came out with a big win. It was an exciting game.
Yeah, and the good thing for all these teams is, it's week 1 of spring training, especially these out-of-Florida teams like the Wright States and the Ohio's. They're just getting their feet wet, get the momentum going. So once they get back to Ohio to get their conference games going, they're going to pick up right where they left off, and, they got that rust shaken off a little bit and head into their conference series and non-conference series and hopefully be at a step higher, or a step farther, than the other conference teams are playing.
St. Pete St. Pete did have some sweet uniforms though, so shout out to Craig Budzig for
Yeah.
those Rawlings uniforms.
They were pretty good.
They were nice.
Yeah, they were pretty dirty.
And then after the game, I got to catch up with Dietrich Heinzman just to ask him about a little bit of what he thought about the Spring Training Showcase. So let's cut over to that.
I'm here joined with Dietrich Heinzman, president of Ohio University Club Baseball. Just talk to us a little bit about the experience this year.
Yeah, we had a great week. Started off top 20 matchup with Florida. Gave them a great game, 3-3 going into the 7th. They got us. First time we saw live pitching though, so kind of got in the swing of things. Saw a lot of good things the next 4 games. Fell behind in a couple games, kind of swooped at some teams' levels, but other than that, it was great. It's awesome to get down to Tampa, play baseball in this 75, 80 degree weather compared to the 30 degree weather we got up in Ohio. Made it to the beach, had a blast. We'll be back next year. Can't wait. Go Bobcats.
So that's all we got for the Week 1 Spring Training Showcase recap.
Week 2 is going to be a lot longer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
27 teams as opposed to the 5 we had down here. So I'm sure we'll be coming to you back next Sunday with a longer recap, more in-depth analysis. Maybe we'll bring some other staff members on, and we'll maybe get some interviews too on the field, get some video. Maybe we'll work into the video and everything like that. So, yeah, we'll get some action for you. It'll be a lot more jam-packed for sure.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.